nonverbal behavior. But about 75 to 90% of a message's impact is transmitted non-verbally. Believe it, right? It's true. The actual verbal content turns out to be far less important, okay, than what? Than your tone of voice. You will lower your voice to a whisper, or you raise your voice to make a point. And this is the first one, tone of voice. Then the next one, facial expression. You frown, you have a smiling face, you look serious, you look light-hearted, right? So tone of voice, facial expression, and posture. You stand, you sit, you move around, you gesture, okay? That type of thing. So the verbal content turns out to be far less important than your tone of voice, your facial expression, and your posture. And too often, we are almost totally unaware of our own nonverbal modes. Right? So before I move on, take a look at this here. My teacher and I communicate all right. She looks at me in a certain way, and I understand what I better do with her. See, that is a very interesting one. Very interesting over here. All right. So too often we are almost totally unaware of our own nonverbal modes. Okay? The most important finding is that we convey how we really feel about others without words. So that is to say, what we are not even aware of it, but then a lot of time we convey what we think through through our tone of voice, facial expression, posture, right? That type of thing. All right, so studies have shown that teachers with positive attitudes toward the world, toward the classroom, toward the students, okay? They employ an important set of facilitating nonverbal cues to encourage student participation and involvement. So all in all here, this group of teachers, they display positive attitude to facilitate students' development. On the other hand, teachers with negative attitude toward the world, toward the class, toward the students, okay? They display nonverbal behavior designed to discourage and inhibit student involvement. So here, this group of teachers will certainly constrict their students' growth. And of course, both of them here affect classroom atmosphere. Here, positive classroom morale, positive classroom atmosphere. Here, negative classroom morale, and negative classroom atmosphere. So let's move on, take a look at nonverbal behaviors, the Galloway system. The Galloway system, Charles Galloway. Direct, according to him here, we have where's my mouse? Direct influence and indirect influence. Okay. Under direct influence, of course, and under indirect influence, we separate what we distinguish between positive influences and negative influences. So let's take a look at the positive one, influences. Congruent, non-verbal behavior is consistent with words. No mixed messages are given. Body language demonstrates an appropriate range of feelings. So your body language is congruent with what? With your intention, with your words. Now, incongruent behavior contradicts words. For example, the teacher smiles when annoyed. Body language is over controlled. Feelings are rarely, if ever, shown or ever displayed. So sometimes you know that some teachers are very cunning, that right? They laugh when they are actually annoyed, or that type of thing. Okay, you know what I mean? Implement. As teacher, teacher uses ideas of students. Say, as teacher uses ideas of students, nonverbal behaviors are consistently encouraging. For example, you lean toward the student or walk toward the student as if showing support, smiles, nod your head, that type of thing. Right? So that's implement. Perfunctory. Here, the teacher is indifferent and show no concern to students' behaviors or students' ideas, that type of thing. So non-verbal behavior here indicates no genuine interest in student ideas. For example, bored posture or a thumb look, a bored facial expression. It just shows the student, I don't care, right? That type of thing. Personal. The teacher maintains face-to-face eye contact and is connected with the class and maintains a comfortable psychological distance. So making eye contact is very important. Right? So now if you want to send positive influence, you make eye contact, you nod your head, and just to show the students that you are genuinely interested in them. Okay, so you make eye contact, you don't look away, away from them. On the other hand, in person, the teacher avoids eye contact. Example, they talk to the floor, talk to the ceiling, or maintains excessive distance with the students. So that shows teacher is not interested in the class. Right? Okay. All these here, they are direct influences. Let's take a look at indirect influences. We have positive versus negative. Okay, so let's move on. Responsive. The tone, pace of talk, they're designed to keep student interest, to keep student interested in your lesson. Right? Now, unresponsive. Teacher drones on and on with little variation in tones and screams while teacher screams out what student cues. But then, of course, for unresponsive and teacher going on and on, some students are likely to engage in what? St. Joseph's meditation. You know what I mean? St. Joseph is known to take frequent naps, right? Jesus' father. All right, involve. Nonverbal behavior encourages student participation. All right? For example, the teacher is involved in what? Clarifying what directions and rules, and so on. Dismiss your nonverbal behavior cues students to avoid participation. Right? So don't do it, let me do it, or that type of thing. Right? Firm versus harsh. Firm. Nonverbal behavior is consistent with firm language in what? Controlling misbehavior. Harsh. On the other hand, harsh is that nonverbal behavior is severe, aggressive, genuinely intimidating, right? Genuinely intimidating. So the Charles Galloway's the nonverbal behaviors have what? Have a strong influence on what? Of course, on the class atmosphere and also on the students' learning. All right, good. Thank you.